Hi, this is Chuck Oliver. Welcome to this week's Hidden Wealth Solution Review. Well, I want to talk to you about the Biden administration's moving tax targets and this nonsense about only those that have income over $400,000 or more are going to face higher taxes. Well, I talk about on Hidden Wealth Radio this weekend that the tax torpedoes of these moving tax targets continue to just be shot off and shot off and shot off as a result of all this massive spending. So Newt Gingrich had on a Fox article out this week talking about that inflation is a taxation that hits and impacts us all, regardless of our income level, based on the goods and services that we purchase. And many people discount that, although many of you from around the country have shared, hey, Chuck, what do we do? I mean, the devaluation of the dollar, we're now over 28 trillion of a deficit at this point, folks. We're going to hit 30 trillion in no time flat with all this 6 trillion of tax targets that Biden is trying to push through. And clearly, much of this we're hearing is likely going to go through. And very little has actually anything to do with what the bill was proposed to do. It's a bailout, folks. It's a blindsided Biden tax debacle that many of you have shared, concerned boomers trying to get to retirement or retirees trying to get through retirement. And I want to teach you this coming Tuesday an opportunity to learn proven techniques with a track record of proven results while we still have them. You see, if the abolishment of what we're seeing to the Tax Cut and Jobs Act comes as much to degree as what we project and what we're hearing, then just the doubling of the standard deduction is going to go back to a single. That's going to immediately increase people's taxes that aren't anywhere close to a taxable income of $400,000 or more. However, Chuck, who do these strategies and these techniques benefit the most? Those that are being targeted by the Biden administration's bullseye the greatest. Those are those that have $200,000 of individual or $400,000 of joint income or higher, or those of you listening that have saved really well, especially in IRAs and 401ks, $1 million or more between that and brokerage, especially those with brokerage accounts that have these unwanted capital gains. And then those of you, and many of you, some of which I've traded emails even with just this week, that are selling a business or selling a highly appreciated asset, some of which could be $1 million, $2 million, $5 million, $10 million or more, depending on what you're selling. Folks, the time to get tax smart and getting a head start, it's never too early or too late to get tax smart by getting a head start as soon as possible before these tax torpedoes eventually get fired off, and then we're going to be stuck. I think of the senator out of Maryland, along with Bernie Sanders, for this 99.5% act that Sanders has proposed with this STEP Act. Bottom line, folks, it's to eliminate this step up in basis. So if you're leaving an asset, right, then your kids are going to get taxed to the max. But they also, the senator out of Maryland, I believe Holden, wants to basically retroactively make that in effect for any gifts, with those of us being tax savvy, to gift out of our estates before they lower the estate tax threshold, which could be as low as Bernie Sanders proposed, $3.5 million per spouse or $7 million per couple. We'll add to the fact that capital gains are going to double for those that have $1 million or higher income. Tax rates are going up on anybody with a higher income. And then taxes are just going up in general when we pass away because of lowering the estate tax threshold, as well as the fact that taxes are going to go up because of the way we're just spending like drunken sailors, and inflation is eroding the value of the dollar, which means our dollars are worth less and less, and boomers and retirees are going to have to pull more and more and more to maintain the same standard of living. Folks, let me teach you how to outfox inflation, how to eliminate the biggest cost to you being taxes in retirement. Create your own inflation fighting foe with creating the ability to have tax-free lifetime income. Imagine 50% to 100% higher spendable income, less tax, not worrying about inflation eroding your lifestyle, and not worrying about your kids getting annihilated on their inheritance. Go to retirementprotected.com. That's retirementprotected.com, and let me teach you how to get rid of the tax upon tax upon tax so that you can learn how to be a tax-free retiree. I think of clients out of Illinois that we helped drastically reduce their RMDs by using a tax strategy I'll teach Tuesday that allows you up to a 100% tax deduction to use that to go over and do Roth conversion and eliminate, if not drastically reduce, required distributions. Folks, you work hard for your money. retirementprotected.com, retirementprotected.com.